help. How do you guys create boundaries? How do you do it? Please help me. How do you draw the line? Where is the line? How do you know when the line has been crossed? Do you guys know the answer to any of that? What about relationships where you're not getting what you need from it? Help. Help me, please. That's what I'm trying to learn. I just want to help. I just need help. Help. So if you know anything about these things, please call me at 1-800 she needs a lot of help with boundaries.com.gov.org. Thank you. Have you ever loved someone so much you thought you died, giving so much of yourself? Am I losing it? Could be. You know, Texas is back on lockdown. But didn't we see this coming? Did you guys see the news about your president retweeting the white power video? Yeah, I did too. Interesting, right? What do you think about the NBA maybe allowing, possibly could be, social injustice messages on their clothing? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Have you guys seen the list for demands as far as for the Black Lives Matter? Yeah, I thought it was garbage too. Hello you guys, and welcome back to another Mental Health Monday. So today's topic is I have no idea. I haven't mentally prepared for any of this. I have been going through a couple of emotional growth spurts at this time and a lot of realization. I just have to say that this period of time has helped me self-reflect in ways that I would have never been able to self-reflect had it been through normal circumstances. So I've actually been grateful, even though it's been taking me on like emotional roller coasters. I've actually been grateful for this time because it allows me time to reflect the way that I should without a lot of distractions, despite Instagram being a distraction. That's probably the only one. I've been working really hard behind the scenes to make certain things happen for myself, and I think I've just been having a YouTube block because of things that have been going on behind the scenes, so it makes it hard for me to say everything up front, and so it creates this block because normally I would just say everything that's going on, and I have to learn that everyone is not for me, and I had to learn that YouTube is not always a platform for me to release things that are going on with me personally. So I just decided that I was going to try and not say what's going on as it's going on. But I did talk to a lot of my friends about it, and they're fully aware of what's happening. But I just want to say that there's been a lot of emotional growth going on, and you know, I've learned through like friendships, everything, like not everyone is supposed to be on this journey with you, and they're just, you know, what did they used to say, like a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I'm realizing that now. So I don't, like, I have a problem with being overly loyal to people in my life, despite what might be going on. I've always had this problem where I would just be very loyal to people, and I stuck around in situations where I shouldn't have been. I've done it through friendships, I've done it in past relationships, I've done it in so many different scenarios that I am loyal to a fault, and it makes me, I have to pay for it in the end because I made that decision. So a lot of things, obviously, no wolf, let me see, wolf. A lot of things, the that happen to me is because I don't know how to walk away from a situation when I should. So I've had so many toxic friendships that I wrote off things as if there was like, I don't know, I had an excuse ready for everybody. Like, okay, so this friend that has been in my life for a very long time, I wrote off so many excuses for that person as to why they were the way that they were. And I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. Like, why do I spend my time making so many excuses for this person when everyone's an adult? We're definitely adults at the age that I'm at. And so we're all fully aware of how our actions can affect others. So at that point, I have to look at myself and say, like, this person isn't really for you. If you have to constantly make excuses for the person as to why they're behaving a certain way in your life, then that person is not for you. And I have to be okay, because that's a problem a lot of the times, is I'm not okay with breaking off the friendships. I'm not okay with ending it without a full-on, like, why is this happening type situation. And that's like, you know, it's a huge problem for me, and I had to overcome it. And I had to learn that, like, it's okay to use your scissors and not always give an explanation, because an explanation is not always warranted in certain situations. And I had an associate that I had on YouTube. I was very friendly with this person at one point in time, and we had a falling out months ago. And I don't even know if it's considered a falling out, actually. We had a situation, and it's kind of pertaining to the racial divide that's going on right now in this very moment in our lives. But my first inclination in that situation was, I knew, like, I had to do what I had to do. But second was, like, trying to rationalize things, and I'm like, no, we're the same age, like, this doesn't make sense, and like, none of that stuff makes sense. So me always trying to rationalize and give people the benefit of the doubt has allowed a doorway for people to come in and take advantage of me. So I had to become very aware of my role in these types of situations, because I am obviously the common denominator in why I feel uncomfortable in certain situations, and I have to be realistic about how uncomfortable I feel. So I can't be like, well, this person was having a bad day, because that happens. I had a situation with a family member I mentioned, and I think it was a communication situation vlog, and the person, my family member, had told me, like, you don't know what someone's going through at any particular time in life, which is true, okay? You don't know. But at the same token, you don't know what I'm going through either. So you have no idea what's going on in either person's life, and that doesn't give one person the right to treat another person wrong because they're having a bad day, a bad minute, a bad month, and the other person has to be the bigger person. I read a post that says that it's kind of like toxic being the bigger person, and I'm like, you know, that's true, because it kind of just leaves this door open for people to kind of abuse you and treat you however they want to, and it's unfair to you, but somehow you're just like, you always were taught to turn the other cheek, be the bigger person, and of course it's a wolf over there, be the bigger person. And I've always had to be that person. Since I was young, I've had to always be the bigger person, and I think it plays a large role in who I am today, because I'm like an excuse maker for people, and I'm an enabler for people and their feelings and their emotional traumas and their emotional vomits on me and their angers, aggressions, whatever they're feeling. They have a bad day. Everyone feels like they can, and it's not like, okay, this person's calling to vent to me. It's like people would feel okay with mistreating me, and I was like, oh, look the other way, they had a bad day. But that's still like, if you're using me as a crutch or a person to lean on, then you obviously wouldn't want to treat me poorly, because I'm here for you. I'm trying to be here for you. I'm trying to assist you. So I had to look at myself and see what I am allowing in my life and what role that's playing, and how that all ties into my inner child and my childhood trauma, and weave this situation to where it's kind of an understanding to myself. So I have to be understanding to myself, and I have to be nurturing to myself, patient with myself, because I'm like, damn, why can't I just cut this person off? And it is definitely hard. And might I say, I've always had a problem with female relationships. It's been a thing that I've always had, but I don't know why, to be honest with you. It's the other person always kind of takes issue with me, and then I'm confused. I had another friend on YouTube that kind of went through the same thing, and she's like, I'm not doing anything, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So a lot of times, I don't know, it could be a vibe, it could be an energy. I don't know what I'm exuding to other people and how I come across to other people. I know I have a resting bitch face. Upon meeting me the first time, it may not be the most welcoming experience, but that is not who I am as a person. And I'm very loving and nurturing and caring, and unfortunately to a fault. And how do I navigate these waters now, being a person that has to learn to cut off part of who I am to other people and not give so much access to other people? How do I do that? How do you do that? And I've always been kind of envious of people that know how to put that wall up, but then you have to think of the trauma they must have gone through to build up that wall, because you're just not born with a wall. It just it's time, circumstance, all kinds of things that happen that creates that wall. So I've been trying to fine-tune my wall, not make it too high, because I still like dealing with certain people, you know, and I have really good friendships and that are not toxic and very reciprocal. We give to each other, and I don't want to build up a wall so high that I'm closing the door on people that I love. So I just want to be able to walk that fine line where I'm okay with calling out people mistreating me, or, you know, doing all that negative stuff, or bringing negative energy, negative light. I'm sorry, this whole like ambiance is horrible right now, but the lighting is just, I'm not facing the right way, and I'm not in my filming area, and even if I was, I think I'd still be facing the wrong way. So so I just want to be able to match the energy that's given to me, I guess. I've always overgiven to people that didn't deserve it, and I want to be able to match what energy that I give, what they give to me. So it took me a very long time, a very, very, very long time. And I don't know, like I said in the last vlog, I guess losing my grandparents made me a person that I started looking at things deeper from once my grandmother died. So 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago almost, is when I started looking at my relationships differently, because she was kind of the one that held me accountable to being the bigger person. And so now when I look at like relationships, no matter who they are, I want it to be reciprocal, because obviously there's going to be times in a friendship or whatever, a relationship, where you're going to give more, or the other person's going to give more, because there's a need for that, and that's fine. But if you're always in the position where you're giving more, that means that you're definitely with a taker. And a lot of my friends are givers, and a lot of people around me are givers, and they've been paired up with takers. So like a best friend or something like that. And one of my best friends from high school, she is a giver, or was a giver, and she was always giving all the time, and I was a giver. So our relationship actually worked very well, very, very well, because like she, like her love language, like to share with me was mine is acts of service, right? So she always cooked for me, and her love language, she had acts of service in it. And so I cleaned up because she didn't like cleaning, and so I would clean up after she cooked, and we were like the perfect couple, honestly, because we balanced each other out and we were both givers. And I have my friend Cree, like she's a giver and I'm a giver, and so together we know how to balance each other out. And it's great to have people around you that balance you out. Or even my friend Shanae as well, she's a giver as well. She's a very sweet person, and she gives a lot of information, and I honestly don't feel like I help her nearly as much as she helps me. And but she's a really dope person. You're truly fed by this relationship. Am I, what am I gaining, and what are they gaining from me? Like, how are we feeding each other emotionally and spiritually and otherwise? And I guess that's where I'm at right now, is just making sure that even I'm doing the right thing in the friendship, and even I'm giving the right, because I am a sucky person when it comes to communicating, as far as reaching out to people, and I can own that. Hello, I'm Tori. I hardly ever text first. So it's not that I don't love people. It's not that I don't love talking to people. It's just something I've always had problems with, even in high school. And I've never been like, how you would stay on the phone all night, you'd be talking on the phone all night. I was not that person. Also because I think I was being eavesdropped on a lot. So but I really didn't like talking on the phone. And when texting became a thing, you okay? When texting became a thing, I was like, yes, because I can just leave it for a while and come back to it later. So, but then there's these receipts or whatever that people get, and they're like, you left me on red, and I'm like, what the hell is that? But I didn't know that all that was happening. So I'm like, dang, you can't just look at it and forget, like, go do dishes. Because I mean, if you see me, if I put a camera here 24/7, you'll see me look at my phone, start doing something else, and then my full intention is to come back to that thing, but I don't. And then I'm just like, I don't know. I've never been a good communicator when it comes to telephones. Like, I'm bad at it. And I have really good friends that understand. They don't talk to me for weeks. We just check in like, yo girl, you good, you alive? And then we go about our lives, but we are as close as shit. So I have different types of friends and different types of friendships that feed me in different ways. And I just can admit that I'm a crap human being when it comes to communicating, and I have to work on it. And I've been telling one of my friends that I was going to work on it, and I have not done that. I have to do that work, and I have to understand, like, why am I like this? And I cannot pinpoint for the life of me why I'm like this, but I'm a crap communicator. And then I find that Kevin's a crap communicator, Kimana's a crap communicator, and I'm not quite sure about Taj. He seems like he's a little bit better at it than any of us, but yeah, crap communicator. Like, getting me to text first or anything like that is bad. Like, my family probably would go so long without hearing from me if they didn't call me, because I just am bad. And it's not, I don't single anyone out and be like, I just don't want to fuck with that person. It's everyone. I'm like that with everybody, and I'm horrible person. So I think I do better in social media than I do in person with the response back. But in real life, if you had my phone number, like, I'm just a horrible person when it comes to that, and I have to work on that, because I have really amazing people that like to communicate, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know what to do. And how do you start it off? And I'm awkward, so I don't know. I feel like I've become more awkward as we transitioned into the technological parts of our lives, because remember, I'm an 80s baby. I freaking didn't deal with all this for a very long time. Technology, everything was not around for me in the first half of my life. It wasn't a thing, you know. And then when I was like 19, I got my first cell phone. And this is back in the days when you had to pay for per text message, like the ridiculous amount of price gouging that was going on. I had Singular Wireless, which I think now is what, AT&T? What is it now? I don't know. I had Singular. They charged you for everything. You remember, y'all had to wait until 9 o'clock to make calls. And I personally don't know why I had a phone. I think it was more for my mom to reach me than it was for anything else at that point, because I didn't really like talking on the phone. It wasn't like, okay, like in Alpine, I left my phone at home 90% of the time. I didn't take that bitch anywhere with me. So everybody's like, where's your phone? My mom was like, did you leave your phone at home again? And I did. Like, that's what I did. I left my phone at home. And I don't feel that comfortable here yet to leave my phone home or anything like that. So my phone's always on my person. But I really just, I don't know, I'm a crap communicator. So that's something I have to work on. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get better, okay? It's gonna take me probably until my 50th birthday, but I will work on this. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere that I will be a better communicator, that I will stop being the crap communicator that I am. But for now, what I'm working on, the piece of the puzzle for me, is not extending myself too much, which sounds weird in the same sense of being a crap communicator, but trust me, it can happen, okay? So I'm working on that, and I feel like being able to release things is helping me become better, because I actually learning where to put this boundary at, and where to, you know, stop the something sounds wrong, to stop the mistreatment that I've been getting. So that's all there is today for this Mental Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next video. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Please take care of yourself and everyone around you. But not too much where you're like doing the most. I don't know. Just if y'all know boundaries, if you know anything about boundaries, help. Please help. Like, how do you guys set boundaries? How do you know when you're being taken advantage of? How do you know when enough is enough? Like, how do you know where to draw lines? Because I have not learned that, and I feel like I'm too old not to know that stuff. So like, help me please. So I just want to learn. I want to be a better person for everyone around me. My biggest thing is, like I say all the time, legacy is a huge deal for me. And right now, I feel like I am not fulfilling my part of my legacy because I am in a funk. I'm allowing outside, external things affect my internal. So yeah, pretty much. But anyways, I digress. It's about to clip anyways. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.